Hello guys and welcome back to another 4v4. My name is FanBoy and well, I made this recording once. I thought I did, and I went back and I was like I went to like my home screen on my computer, and I was like the actual stuff that I record with, I record on a Mac, so I actually have to exit out of StarCraft to end the recording. And I did that, and I was like, oh crap, where's the button? And I looked, and I was like, oh man, I didn't start the recording. So, second time's the charm, I guess. So, we're going to do this again. Let me introduce the players to you. There's me as a Protoss. You've got Ross as a Zerg. You've got Lucky as a Protoss. And then you have the Manhattan Project as a Terran. That's my team. And the enemy team, you have Shura as a Terran. You have Velkungung as a Protoss, and it's probably a bad word in a different language, most likely. You have Dark Messy as Zerg. I almost said Terran for some strange reason. And then you have Dead Soul QC as Zerg. So yeah. As this video gets started, I'm going to speed it up and talk to you guys about something that I need to talk to you about. I'd love to actually start casting other people's replays. I have two problems. One is I don't really know where to find a replay or replays or replay pack. And the other one is I don't really know how to actually download replays. I'm on a Mac, so it's a little bit different. I'm assuming it's different than a PC. So, yeah. I'm going to need, if somebody would link an article that would explain how, or just talk me through it in a comment, or just give me links to where you or your friends or other YouTubers find replays. That would be awesome. I'm expanding. See, I am good at StarCraft. I'm expanding under the 10-minute mark. I am good at StarCraft. I'm not the greatest, but I'm semi-good. You have Dark Messy, expanding to a gold. You have Dead Soul QC expanding to a gold. You have Shura expanding to a normal minerals. That's making his command center a planetary fortress. And then you have Van Kangengung, bad name in different language, probably, expanding as well. So yeah, that's a thing. And then you have, on my team, you have Manhattan Project expanding to the gold. And then Manhattan Project expanding again. He's expanded twice in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. Slow it down. This is Dark Soul QC being a turd with a bunch of lings and coming in here and wrecking my face. And then you have Ross putting a nice room right in the middle of their base. And what's going to pop out? A ton of Zerglings that are going to go directly for a queen. That queen stands no chance. And then he's moved onto the Spinecrawler. So, you know. Aren't going to go for anything else? I killed all those lings. Oh yeah, he's going to go for the lair. Is he going to get the lair? Yes, he's going to get the lair. And he's out. And then he can't make up his mind where he wants to go. And then he comes down here, and he's going to kill quite a few workers until there is no more. Let's see, units lost. Right now, Ross has lost the most. In second place, you have Dark Messy. That's lost the second most because he lost a lair. And then you have Dead Soul QC that lost the second most. Or he's actually tied with me because he attacked my expansion. I have 4 Zealots and a Observer right now. And I am getting the Robotics facility, bleh, and going to get, well, the good old Colossus. I got 1 Immortal because why not? Immortals are good. I mean, they're good at pretty much anything that's armored. And then you have Dead Soul QC coming over here to destroy a bunch of rocks. And a bunch of Marines from Escar? I don't know. Escar coming over here to assist, I guess. You have Lucky over here just pumping out Immortals like they're going out of style. Do not queue up stuff would be the best advice that I could give anybody. Don't queue up stuff. Spend your money. And yes, I know. I'm not following my advice. I'm rusty. That's my defense. I am rusty. So yeah. You've got... Uh-oh. You got Lucky coming out here, and he's gonna pretty much wreck that army. But these Zerglings from Dead Soul QC are gonna sneak around and be A-clicked right onto that cannon. And he's gonna overcharge the Nexus because his mothership core is right here. I did not build one. Why, I have no idea. But I did expand again to the high yield. And I have my first Colossus out. Yay, me! So, yeah. Let's see. He's going to lose one of these Immortals. I'll bet you anything he's going to lose one of these Immortals. Basically, what I see them doing, what I see both of us doing, really, is we're just counterattacking. And if you're gonna have a wall in, complete the wall in. He's gonna come in here and he's going to kill every single drone. Maybe not. Yes, he is. He's gonna kill every single drone, but this Hellbat is like the MVP of this fight. He is coming out with 11 kills, and I would not like to be that Zergling because he just got punched right in the face by a Thor. That had to hurt. You have Valhungung over here with a Colossus. You've got Lucky with a bunch of Stalkers and a Immortal. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I have a couple Stalkers and 2 Colossus. And I'm actually warping in a ton more warp gates. And a bunch of roaches for Dark Messy are going to come down here and get obliterated. Ross has expanded to the gold. What else is going on? You got an observer over there. Not a whole lot's going on, so I'm gonna speed up a little bit of time, and to where this video is not like an hour long. So yeah, As soon as something happens, I'm going to slow it down. But here's my army. I have a good size army. I mean, if we look at active forces, I'm right here. I have 132 supply. I have the third height. No, technically now I am tied for first place against Valkanahungung. That is right now attacking Lucky, and that immortal has no chance in hell. I was actually probably looking at something else, I would assume, where I was just warping in a bunch of things. And then I'm warping in a bunch of things, and a small army and 3 Thors just show up randomly. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to try to intercept this army. And I do, so most of these stalkers are going to die, outside of 2 of them. And then another random Thor shows up. Does he have STEM? He does not have STEM. The Manhattan Project does not have STEM. Why? I have no idea. Uh-oh. Bunch of roaches. I'm going to warp in a bunch of stalkers over here just to kind of swell the tide a little bit. And I think I'm going to move my probes out of here eventually. Right click on one of the mineral patches and just get them out. So where's my army? Come, army, come. I'm pretty sure he's going to get this Nexus. 3 or 4 shot Nexus. And he thinks he's going to escape or try to drill under me, and that's just not going to happen. Why I'm letting him just kill my Twilight Council is beyond me. But, you know, I did do 2 very late force fields. If that matters or counts at all. I am going to replace the Nexus here. And you have Van Hagen, whatever, come down here and destroy at least 1 or more expansions. And then you have a couple DTs come in here, and he has an observer with him somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right there. He's gonna... bunch of Zerglings from Ross are gonna finish off a bunch of roaches. And then you have Askra gonna finish off those buildings down there, and the Hungengang is going to move into the gold. So, like, right now, as I was playing, I'm like, oh crap. My allies aren't doing a shit ton, and I am one of only 2 players right now that have over 100 supply on my team. Everybody else but 1 on the opposite team have over 100 supply. I right now I'm maxed. So I'm going to take on this maxed army. This combined army, I would say. And I'm just going to try to kill as much as humanly possible. He's going to warp in a bunch of stalkers over here, and I'm going to be like, oh crap, he has a bunch of warp gates, and he warped in like 40 stalkers. And this concave was not very good for me. He had a very nice concave set up. So yeah. And then over here you have Dead Dead Soul? Dead Soul QC coming out with a 2, 4, 6, 7 Broodlords. And I'm sorry, but that's quite a few Broodlords. That's not as many that I've ever seen, but I mean, protected by all these corruptors and a random 3 mutas. Why? I have no clue, but you know, it's whatever. And then they also have an overseer. So yeah, that's the thing. Lucky is re-expanding. Bunch of Zerglings just died to a bunch of roaches. Oh yeah, Manhattan Project. I now understand why he doesn't have stem on his Marines. He was over here making just a bunch of Ravens, like they were going out of style. I mean, he has 4, 5 5-star perks just pumping out Ravens. And yeah, he has I think it's called a murder of Ravens when there's like a ton of them together. So, or a flock of Ravens. Is it a flock or a murder of Ravens? I think it's a murder of Ravens. Not a flock. Flock's something else. But yeah, I'm warping in a bunch of stalkers. Project Manhattan is going over here, I guess, to support his ghosts and his nukes. So that's a thing. You have Van Hungengung. Yeah, there you go. And then you have just a small random force of mech and bio of Askungung here. Yeah, he's toast. And then I blink into this and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to see how much stuff I can kill. Because he's 2-2, I'm 2, he's 2-2-3, and I'm just 2. How he won that is beyond me. He had more, I don't think he had more stuff, but he had the combined force of at least one other person. So now I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to kill, he turns back around and he tries to kill my Colossus. Van Hungengung, this guy, has left the game for some strange reason. Why, I have no idea. That stalker's gonna wander over there and poke at a couple things. Yeah. When of these Broodlords are gonna do anything is beyond me. I don't remember. So, I'm gonna expand here at some point. When is utterly beyond me because I have one mining base at the moment. So, I'm gonna expand and see what I can do. Project Manhattan is not taking care of his mines very well. But the nukes went off and you can see the result. A murder of ravens, 2 pages worth of ravens. If I can click on all of them, are going to just come in here and destroy everything. And then you have the slowest march of an army on planet Earth with a bunch of roaches, a ton of queens, and a couple hydras. So I'm going to come over here and I'm like, oh, you want a tango? Okay, we'll tango. I have no actual, zealots in here at all. It's all Stalker and 1 Immortal and 3 Colossus based. So, yeah. That's a thing. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm like, okay, I'm going to kill these. Boom, boom, boom. And then I see a bunch of Broodlords, and I'm like, oh, poop. Get me out of here. While that is all going on, the murder of Ravens is basically just putting auto turrets anywhere and everywhere it can find. And destroying pretty much anything and everything in its path. So yeah, that happens. Meanwhile, you have 8 Broodlords over here and 1 Muta, random Muta. And I have these Stalkers, and I'm actually auto-clicking. Or not auto-clicking. I am actually clicking on each individual Broodlord to target it down. So I'm like, oh, poop. And I run away. I keep running away until they decide to leave me alone for right now. Until I can warp in a couple more, like a dozen more Stalkers. And these Broodlords have come in a little too close, and so I blink semi underneath them, and am now trying to kill them as much as humanly as possible. And I did not succeed, so they're gonna just tear apart my main base. 6 Broodlords, 1 Hydralisk, 1 Muta, and a couple of Corruptors. Vipers, Corruptors. Not the same thing, but they somewhat sound the same. And then I took over this, and I am asking for money because I am broke. Broke as a joke. I've spent my whole entire bank. I am good on gas. And he says ask, and I'm like, I just asked. Project Manhattan has quite a bit. And yeah. I guess I'm like, I did ask, but what he probably means is go down into the how you can request money or gas or whatever. Do that, and I just didn't have the time, so I was focused on just rebuilding my economy and, well, my bases, because right now I have a bunch of Broodlords and Hydralisks and a Muta destroying my my precious base. Ross's drone. Oh yeah, Ross did lose his main base, but he did build a hatchery out in the middle of nowhere for some strange reason. So I'm going to completely oversaturate those. And I actually take... that's not me. I think I take this eventually. So yeah, I'm going to speed it up for just a tad. You got a bunch of Ravens coming in and trying to corner these Broodlords. And they do, and kaboom, goodbye. Yeah, I think I missed it, but basically the Murder of Ravens came in and, well, Seeker missiled everything. And that was the end of that, really. What does that have? No. Dark Messy is losing every single drone he has. And do I have an army? I don't think I do. Oh yeah, I have 4 zealots at the current moment. So yeah, that's a thing. I do see this army, and I'm like, oh poop. I have 4 zealots. I know these mines aren't going to burrow, because they've been hanging out in the same place for this whole entire game. I come up here with this small tiny army, but one, I want them to spread out even more than what they are. And then I warp in a couple more stalkers. 4 more stalkers, to be exact. And I'm like, okay, I can kill one of these stores pretty damn easily. With not that big of a problem. So I'm gonna be like, okay, we're gonna clean this all up. The only thing I forget to do, if I remember this correctly, is kill him. Every other Marine is getting punched in the face by this zealot because they're all on the move command. You got a bunch of Ravens still kicking the ass out of the enemy's main base, basically. And then he's gonna pull off all of his workers, all of his drones, or not drones, but probes. And he's going to use Van Halen guns, probes. He has a mixture of pretty much everything in this little army of his. I am actually building my army up at the moment. And I'm going to come up here and poke around. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Out of turrets for days. You got a bunch of Project Manhattan's Marines coming over here and trying to do something. So I'm going to come over here with my little army. Why Lucky is trying to kill that with a bunch of zealots. I warp in a couple zealots and like a stalker. Try to hold them off there. So I'm going to kill at least one of them, blink in, and try. I was trying to get these guys, and I got one of them. And this is the funny part, is Project Manhattan is like, well, I'm just going to start building a bunch of missile turrets. At least 1 or 2 of them will finish. Like, this one never finishes. It's like 99.9% there. It just doesn't have the missiles loaded into the turret to fire. The person's in the cockpit and he's like, give me missiles, give me missiles. And it's just never going to happen. So, yeah. And then you have the Murder of Ravens just plowing on through, killing pretty much anything and everything. He's going to make a bunch more units. So, yeah. They're going to pop here fairly shortly. Anything else going on? No, not much. I love the animation on the auto turrets where they're actually dropping rounds. That's so awesome. That is so awesome. The small things in life, people. The small things. Hashtag small things in life. I finally came up here and I'm like, okay. We're going to destroy this base. I blinked around this Nexus and I'm like, I'm going to be Zerg. I want to kill the Nexus. So, yeah. We actually, I don't know if this is here or not, but it is. So, I'm going to come destroy this here fairly shortly. Goodbye, Muta. Goodbye, Mutaball. Yeah, I expanded to the here. These are all Lucky's stalkers. And I'm kind of huddled in the corner with him. And I'm like, oh, where could he be? So he's going to break these down. And see if somehow they put a base back here. I'm going to come over here to destroy this, just make sure it gets destroyed. So yeah. Exciting stuff. And looky, there's nothing there. So these ravens are going to turn around and are these? No, these are theirs. So, plant down a bunch of auto turrets. Are you going to wait for me to get there? Or Lucky? I kept blinking them because I didn't want to miss out on like the last kills. Because, as you can see, I go to my perspective. This, we don't know if this is here. We don't know this is here at all. Not a clue. What we're doing is basically going around to each and every mineral field patch that's still around, seeing if there's a base there. Because we're like, okay, well, he's going to need money. And as you can see, Dark Soul does not need any money because he has all of his allies' money. Because he's the last one in this game on their side. And he's going to be a turd with all these lings here fairly shortly. There's Lucky. There I am. Going all the way to the back of the base. Here he goes. He's a running. He's a running. He's a running. Killing a ghost. That I think killed a Zergling. It's 1 for 1. So. Where is he going to go? Got a couple of ravens. Those are not going to do anything. I did warp in a bunch of zealots because I saw these coming. So, and I brought some of my army, not all. They're all here now. So, he's going to run around with these 5 lings. I'm going to blink on top of him. It's like, nope, you're not running. Sura no longer has any forces. And we finally discover this little base. He's building a bunch of Marines. And a bunch of secret missiles are going to go off and destroy half of these queens. Ouch. That's got to hurt. Ouch. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much it. That was a very long match. It was 53 minutes long. So I hope you enjoyed. I am slowly getting better at this. I know I'm quite annoying right now and quite like all over the place and not being able to follow like actual action and actually explain things that are going on and do all this. But please bear with me. I just started this like 4 days ago. I'm gonna get better. Every video I do, I get a little bit better. I feel just a tad bit better every video that I make. So yeah, but thank you for staying and watching this whole video, for one, and two, if you guys could help me out by just replying in the comments about how you would go about finding replays, getting replays to run on a Mac, how to do that, stuff like that stuff would be greatly beneficial. And then I can bring you guys actual replays of Pros, of Legacy of the Void. I'd love to cast those. They would make my ability of casting so much better if I could do that. I could get a lot better a lot faster. What else? What else would I want to say to you guys? Just thank you in general for watching. If you could please hit a like button or subscribe to my channel and just watch me grow over the next 6 months, year. Give me 2 or 3 months, and if you don't like me, unsubscribe. But leave a comment. I mean, I'm so small right now that anybody comments on my video, I directly say thank you, and I answer whatever they're saying. If you subscribe, it makes my day. If you comment on my video, it makes my day. So if you just hit a like button, that makes my day like nothing other. So all three are as important, equally as important to me. So if you could, please do one of the three. Thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now.